Originally, we had some reported discharging firearms in the area, and there were several of them. He's stating that a car pulled up, a couple guys got out and shot him in the arm.
Just one of several shootings overnight. We've got the latest on these breaking news stories now at 9. And a dramatic ending to a wild chase. We'll show you the moments a man attempted to outrun Houston police.
Stress can affect the body in a host of different ways, including developing a medical condition. I'm Kimberly Davis, and ahead in Health Matters, I sat down with a UT physician psychiatrist to find out more.
KHOU 11 Morning News starts now.
And we are starting off with a live look over downtown Houston on this Saturday, December 30th. A beautiful but cold start to the last weekend of 2023. Good morning and thanks for being with us. I'm Katiera Winfrey.
And I'm Chris Ramirez.
Well, Chris, if you like a hot cup of coffee, this is the perfect chilly morning for it. Me, I would rather be bundled up on the couch, though.
Yes, same here. We are definitely dealing with very cold temps out there.
And now to our breaking news overnight, a series of shootings around town, at least 4 separate scenes, 4 victims and a number of suspects. At last check, all of the victims are still alive and the shooters are still on the run. The violence all began around 11 last night in Northwest Houston when police found a 16-year-old boy who had been shot in the arm. Around the same time, HPD had already received a number of calls in the area with people reportedly hearing gunshots. Witnesses told police the teen was walking with friends when a couple of guys got out of a car and shot him. About an hour later on North Durham Drive, police found another gunshot victim. A Wendy's employee was taking trash outside when he encountered a suspected robber wearing all black with a wig. The suspect shot him in the leg and then tried to get in the cash register before leaving in a dark blue sedan. And over to Edo now, around 1:30 this morning, a man got into a fight with a security guard, sparking a shootout at an apartment complex on Huston Street. At last check, the security guard was in surgery this morning. And finally, before 2:30 this morning, someone began firing at a man who was waiting outside of a club for his ride. This happened on Napoleon Street downtown.
Older black sedan, smaller sedan drove past. Our female witness heard 2 gunshots and saw her friend, our complainant, go down with shot in the arm. He's going to be okay. He has no clue why anybody shot him or why anybody would want to shoot him.
And again, none of these suspects have been arrested. We're working to get more details from police right now. And remember, you can stay on top of crime happening in your communities by downloading the KHOU 11 mobile app. Sign up for push alerts to get breaking news sent right to your phone. Well, welcome back to KHOU 11 Morning News. The time is now 9:08. Here's a live look from Galveston. We're going to check back with Chris Ramirez in just a few minutes. Now to your morning headlines, starting with a surge of flu cases and hospitalizations across the U.S. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says flu activity is high or very high in 2/3 of the country, including here in Texas. The CDC estimates more than 7 million people have had the flu this season, with 73,000 patients hospitalized and 4,500 deaths. Health officials are encouraging people to get a flu shot. And if you get sick, see a doctor to get a prescription antiviral flu medication like Tamiflu, especially patients who are in a high-risk category. Next, a warning from doctors if you have asthma. Starting January 1st, the asthma inhaler Flovent made by GSK will disappear from pharmacy shelves. Physicians say an authorized generic version will take its place and it'll work just as well. However, it doesn't appear to be covered as widely by insurers. Doctors are urging patients to take action now to get new prescriptions if needed and sort out coverage issues, especially since it's respiratory virus season.
I felt bad for him because, he was just kind of looking at us like, don't laugh at me.
And finally, don't get caught snacking. This moose was nibbling on some tree branches when an entire snow pile fell on his face. And just his luck, a couple nearby happened to be recording. Oh, Chris, that moose was so cute with the snow on his nose. Luckily, we don't have any snow coming our way.
Right, that is true, but we did have some frost on our windshield this morning, so likely to bring some stormy activity as we head into the first official weekend of 2024.
Well, kudos to those people who are willing to venture out with those rainy and cold temperatures coming in for the new year.
Yes, for sure.
All right, well, the time now is 9:12. We all deal with stress in different ways. Coming up, we have tips for parents to ensure struggles with your mental health don't become problems for your physical health. And later this morning, Matt Musel joins us to take you inside high school sports. Now back to a story we had some technical difficulties with earlier in the show. A wild chase through town when police tried to pull over a driver accused of driving the wrong way. Here's Matt Doherty. A child living with a mental health disorder can take a serious toll on parents, not just emotionally, but physically as well. Our Kimberly Davis spoke with UT physicians, psychiatrists about what parents can do to avoid developing medical conditions. The time now is 9:19. Still ahead, a Christmas toy you need to toss, the major recall that could harm your child. Plus, a homeowner knew she was the victim of a scam, but she still doesn't know what the scam is. The bizarre theft that prompted her to warn others. Now to an alert this morning. Take a look at your screen. The Fort Bend County Sheriff's Office is looking for this missing teenager. 15-year-old Kaiden Wilkerson was last seen in Rosenberg around 6:30 last night. We're told he has an intellectual disability. If you see him, contact the Sheriff's Office. And we're seeing new video showing the moments before Harris County Sheriff deputies opened fire on a heavily armed man earlier this month. Now, we want to warn you, first, you may find the video upsetting. It happened on December 1st, just before 11 a.m., when the sheriff's office got a call about an abandoned vehicle outside a home in Flemington Avenue. When the first deputy arrives, he reports hearing gunshots. When more deputies arrive, they hear more shots coming from inside the home. About 30 minutes later, a man comes out of the house holding 2 rifles, one in each hand.
Put the guns down, man! Put the guns down, man! All right, we're going. Put the gun down. No, man, drop it, man!
And we freeze the video here before 5 deputies opened fire. Deputies then put tourniquets on the man identified as 45-year-old Jonathan Yee, but he died at the scene. Deputies recovered 2 rifles and a handgun. The Sheriff's Homicide Division is investigating the incident, and the Harris County District Attorney is conducting its own investigation. And the victim of a suspected road rage incident says he was only trying to merge onto the freeway when he was shot. Now he's sharing his story only with KHOU. Now, DJ doesn't want to fully identify himself because the suspect is still out there, but he says a bullet remains in his side just above the hip. DJ tells us he and the driver of a pickup were in lanes that were merging, and they were jockeying for position when the other driver started firing. DJ pulled over onto San Felipe and called police. At least 3 bullet holes were left in his car. 1 bullet passing through the passenger side door and center console before hitting him.
Till he was like passing me up, and that's when I'm like, oh, he's shooting at me. And at the same time, I'm like, oh, he's shooting at me. I just so happened to, because I was trying to duck, and I felt blood rushing down my back.
Ooh, DJ says if he could do it again, he would just let the other driver pass him. Houston police sharing tips about how to avoid road rage shootings after investigators worked on separate suspected road rage shootings along Montgomery Road just hours before that shooting on the West Loop.
The first thing we're just asked is that people just take a deep breath. Don't take yourself too seriously. Don't take others driving too seriously. We never know, who's in the car, what these people are going through.
And police also want you to keep in mind how many people may have weapons with them, and say engaging any driver who might threaten you is the last thing you want to do. And this weekend, officers in Harris County are out on the streets. They just completed the first night of a no refusal DWI initiatives. Here's Maria Aguilera. And that was Maria Aguilera reporting. If you're going out and plan to drink, be sure to have a plan. There are so many ways to get around safely. Assign a designated driver, book a ride share like Uber or Lyft, or catch a ride with Metro. It's free from 6 p.m. Sunday to 6 a.m. Monday. And you can text the word RIDE to 713-526-1111. We'll send you a link to who is offering free and discounted rides. And confetti will be flying at Times Square when the ball drops tomorrow night, and so will dollar bills. A Wallet Hub survey found that New Year's Eve is a pricey holiday. According to the survey, just over half of Americans plan to celebrate with family and friends, and 32% plan to order takeout. 64% of Americans plan to spend at least $50 on food and drinks. If you're traveling this holiday weekend to America's biggest cities, New York, Los Angeles, or Chicago, the average cost of a dinner and a show for a couple is $872. And this year, NYC is not the #1 destination to celebrate the start of the new year. Orlando topped Wallet Hub survey. Houston ranked number 17, San Antonio ranked number 15, and Austin ranked number 26. Where is Dallas, you might ask? All the way down at number 30. Well, a victory to kick off 2024 would be pretty sweet. We're talking about the Sugar Bowl, which has Longhorns and Husky fans taking over New Orleans this weekend. Here's Zach Towatari. Well, the time now is 9:40, still ahead. A single mom was shocked when she got home and saw what thieves had targeted.
Utter shock. I've never seen this before. I've never had this happen to myself or anyone in our office.
Thief is being blasted for almost having a blast, the mistake that could have caused an entire trailer full of fireworks to blow up. And now to your morning headlines. First, in a season when most of us worry about porch pirates stealing packages, a Florida woman came home to a stunning sight. While she was at work, someone stole her concrete driveway.
My driveway's gone.
Of all the things that you worried about getting stolen, did you think the driveway was one of them?
No, not at all.
Well, Amanda Brochu put her home up for sale, and then men arrived claiming to be contractors to measure her driveway. They told her son that they were pricing out a replacement. Then 1 week later, the home's doorbell camera captured a bulldozer tearing out the concrete and hauling it away. Brochu is a single mom, and she says she doesn't have the $10,000 she's been quoted to replace it. Next, Joy-Buy is recalling more than 4,000 of its 5mm science kits that include high-powered magnetic balls. This is because of an ingestion hazard that can cause major injury or death in children. They were sold at Walmart online from February 2022 through April 2023. If you have these, your kids should stop using them and contact the company for a full refund.
It takes one spark to light off all of this and definitely create a lot of commotion for the community.
And a suspected thief almost ended his year with a bang, and not a good one. According to police in South Carolina, he thought it would be a good idea to take a blowtorch to a locked trailer full of fireworks. And while he managed to get inside, it took him so long to break in, he wasn't able to steal anything before police arrived. Now, Chris, this is another little tidbit that I want to share with you about that last story. The fireworks stand is called Have a Blast.
Wow. Well,
I don't think that's what they were talking about when they mean have a blast. One, you're suspected of breaking in, and blast is fun, not a physical, literal blast.
I feel like if he didn't get caught by the police, he could have very well ended up, you know, causing a commotion for the community like the lady just said.
Yeah, he could have got caught in something, that's for sure.
Right.
I don't know if he would have liked it, though.
Yeah, definitely not the most logical way to break into a place for sure. But in terms of our temperatures, we are definitely a bit cold out there.
High school students with a knack for medicine are paying it forward through music. Music as Medicine is an organization run by teens who are using their love for orchestra to help other kids make sweet music. But as Reka Mudaraj shares, they do even more as Texans helping Texans.
He's in the 50s.
Well, thank you for being up with us. I'm Katiera Winfrey.
And I'm Chris Ramirez. Have a great rest of your day.